الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين ومن اتبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. To proceed, today's lesson بإذن الله تعالى we will discuss the next story, which is called السمكات الثلاث. ثلاث. سمكات الثلاث, which means
the fish.
Well, السمكات is الجمع, the plural of
Fish.
سمكة.
So it's fishes.
Right? So سمكة is al-mufradu, the singular, and as-samakatu is al-jam'u. And what type of al-jam'u is it? Jam'ul
Definite.
Jam'ul mu'annath, al-mu'annath, the female, al-mu'annath, as-salim. Jam'ul mu'annath as-salimi.
The sound plural. Female plural.
The sound female plural. And we recognize the sound female plural by the alif and the ta. Al-thalathu, means
three.
the three, because in our previous lessons we discussed the numbers. And the reason why we did that was in preparation for this story that includes several references to numbers.
I've got a question, right?
Yes, yeah, Muhammad.
You said 3 to 10 is an idafa construct.
Yes, right, good. So ordinarily, if we wanted to say 3 fish, we would say what?
ثلاثة
Thalathu
سمكات.
Thalathu Samaka. Yeah, Muhammad would say Samaka. Samaka. If it's an idafa, because it would be an idafa from 3 to 10,
So it would be teen.
then it would be
Kasra, one kasra.
1. Why would it be 1?
Oh, yeah, I've got
It would be
2.
Samakatin. Thalathu Samakatin. According to the rules of the numbers 3 to 10. It's an idafa construct. The number comes first. It's the opposite gender to the counted noun. Right? So it says Thalathu Samakatin. But as you can see in our title, we have the ismun first, and then we have a thalathu. And that's allowed when you want to say the. Remember, this is 3 fish. Right? But for the purpose of a title, or to speak about the definite ismun, al-ma'rifatu, then you can phrase it in this fashion, whereby the number is delayed, but it's still the opposite gender to the ismun that it is an adjective of.
Okay, so it still has to be opposite.
Yes, and that's the other point, is that note here, what's the relationship between al-thalathu and al-samakatu?
They're exactly the same, so like a sifa.
Right, it's a sifatun, isn't it? It's not mudafun ilayhi or mudafun. Right, so where we begin, and it's allowed to begin, the counted ismun, which is definite here, as in a title, then the number follows it, and it has a relationship of sifatun and mawsufun. So السمكات الثلاث is the three fish, and it begins with Ya Muhammad. It begins with عاشت ثلاث سمكات في غدير صغير. Right. عاشت ثلاث سمكات في غدير صغير. هسه عاشت. What does عاشت mean? عاش, we mentioned it in مشية الغراب. كان غراب يعيش.
Lived.
Right. عاشت is the past الماضي
No.
of
Asha.
of يعيش
Oh, yeah.
or تعيش. Right. So we have عاشت. Right. So this is فعل ماض مبني
Fatih.
على الفتح. Right. The ta is تاء التأنيث. That's it. Then we have ثلاثة سمكات. So you now know from our previous lessons and the example that we just mentioned on the board what the endings of the on the tha and the ta is. We say
Thu.
ثلاث
Samakati.
سمكات. Why would it be T, ya Muhammad? Samakatin. Right? So thalathu here is our
Fi'lun.
not fi'lun, fa'ilun.
Fa'ilun.
Samakatin is mudafun ilayhi. Fi is harfu jarrin, and therefore we say fi ghadi.
Does that mean rivers?
Ghadirun is a pond.
Pond.
A pond. So we say fi ghadi.
Rin.
في غدير
Sagir.
صغير
Rin.
Right? So we begin with a جملة الفعلية, classic جملة الفعلية. The فعل, the فاعل, so what is that مفعول به?
Small pond.
Not small pond. في غدير,
In a small pond.
in a pond. صغير is the
Maf'ul bi.
not the صفة of غدير.
Of Gadirin. So it's just Gadirin.
في غدير.
Or fi as well.
في غدير.
Gadirin.
في غدير is جار ومجرور, and remember that is called شبه الجملة. شبه الجملة. Where you have a harfu jarrin followed by an ismun, we say that that is called shibhul jumlati. And from the types of maf'ulun bihi is the shibhul jumlati.
What is Shibhul Jumla?
Shibhul, resembling
A sentence.
the sentence. Right? Is that clear? عاشت ثلاث سمكات في غدير صغير.
So they lived 3 fishes in
3 fish lived in
a small pond.
a small pond. Right? So if we wanted to say 3 men lived in a large house, we would say
So
عاش ثلاثة رجال
في what do you say a house
in a large house.
in a large house في بيت كبير.
حسنا. عاش ثلاثة رجال في بيت كبير. حسنا. ثم وكان بالقرب من الغدير نهر فيه ماء كثير. وكان بالقرب من الغدير نهر فيه ماء كثير. حسنا. وكان بالقرب من الغدير نهر فيه ماء كثير. Right. So, بالقرب means close by. Then we have من الغدير, from the pond. نهر. نهر means a river. فيه ما, what do we place on the hamza here?
Is that a question? It's not. Or is it like emphasizing? The ma.
No.
Oh,
Why?
fihi ma'i. No.
Why would it be ma'i? Remember, if you're not certain about the ending of an ismun,
It's always maf'ul.
assume it to be marfu'un, unless there's an amilun acting upon it, causing it to change. So it's going to be ma'un kathirun.
So what's ma'un?
Ma'un means water.
Oh.
Right, so what does this mean? وَكَانَ بِالْقُرْبِ مِنَ الْغَدِيرِ نَهَرٌ فِيهِ مَاءٌ كَثِيرٌ.
And
there was
near close by from the river, from the pond, sorry, a river, in it water, lots of water.
Right, good. Okay. So remember, you should be thinking that we have kana, and what follows from kana is ismu kana and khabaru kana. Right? We're not going to mention it every time because it's going to elongate, and we've already discussed it at great length. But you should also be thinking, so what is the ismu kana and what is the khabaru kana? Right? وَكَانَ بِالْقُرْبِ مِنَ الْغَدِيرِ نَهْرٌ فِيهِ مَاءٌ كَثِيرٌ.
Kana, the pond.
What? The ismu kana is always marfu'un, and the khabaru kana is always mansubun.
It's just like a normal.
Right. Okay. So وَكَانَ بِالْقُرْبِ مِنَ الْغَدِيرِ نَهْرٌ.
Well, the only thing that's marfu'un is nahrun.
Right. This isn't the easiest example to identify the ismu kana and the khabaru
I think
kana.
it's a river.
Right.
From the river.
Right. Because with this sentence, your ismu kana is nahrun. Right? Nahrun.
Okay.
And your khabaru kana, right? So, in simple terms, we would say that here, kana nahrun bil qurbi min etc. Right, so if we were to take that complete this sentence from kana to ma'un kathirun and identify what the ismu kana is and the khabaru kana, right? What is the ismu kana? We would say that the ismu kana is nahrun, right? Because the sentence up to here means there was close to the pond a river, in it water, a lot of water. So we'd say kana nahrun, there was a river, bil qurbi, close to, and then whatever. That is your ismu kana nahrun.
Okay.
Right? Now, bil qurbi, right? B is a
Harfu jar.
harfu jar. Qurb means close. Right? Here, bil qurbi, some of the grammarians say that that is al-khabaru, that's the khabaru of kana. And others, and this is the more correct opinion of the classical grammarians, they say that bil qurbi is muta'alliqani bi khabarin mahdhuf. It is connected to a khabar which is not there. Right? And the khabar which is not there is mawjoodan. For example, there are other mawjoodan. Right? Can you see how I've written mawjoodan with mansoobun?
Yes.
Right? So what does this now mean? What does mawjoodan mean?
Missing?
Present.
Or present?
So can you see why they said that the khabarun, which is mahdhufun, which is erased, taqdeeruhu, it's assumed to be mawjoodan. Why? Because what you're saying here, a river was present close by to whatever. Right? So whenever you have kana, right, and then an ismun relating to an object or a place, right, the khabaru kana is usually mawjoodan, present. It's assumed to be present. Also, more common is what they say, ka'inan. Ka'inan means, again, it means present. Right? So, this bil qurbi, they say that it is connected, muta'alliqani bi khabrin mahdhuf. And it's not actually al-khabar. It's a subtle point. Right? بالقرب من الغدير نهر فيه ماء كثير. Right? And then we have كانت السمكة الأولى ذكية. كانت السمكة أولى ذكية. Right. كانت السمكة الأولى ذكية. So what do we place on the ta التأنيث here يا محمد?
So we've got one fish. School.
السكون. But remember we need to connect it to السمكة.
So then you put a fatah.
الكسرة. Yeah. كانت السمكة. What do you place on the ta مربوطة?
Two.
Right. كانت السمكة two. الأولى. أولى means the first. Relating to something which is al-mu'annath, female. The male version is al-awwalu. Right? Like in the ayah, huwa al-awwalu wal-akhiru. Okay, in the beginning of Surah Al-Hadid. So, كانت السمكة الأولى ذكية. So again, we have كانت. So our اسم كان is السمكة. الأولى is just the صفة. So ذكية is therefore خبر كان يا محمد. أحسنت.
What is the ذكية mean?
Intelligent. Right? كانت السمكة الأولى ذكية والثانية أقل ذكاء. والثانية أقل ذكاء. Right. So, wathaniya means
the second.
The second. Right? A second. So what do we place on the ta here?
Two.
Two. أقل ذكاء.
I'm guessing something intelligent. أقل little or less.
أقل means less. أقل ذكاء.
No, two. No. Yeah, two. ذكاء two.
ذكاء إن. أقل ذكاء.
Is that because that's the صفة?
No, أقل ذكاء is إضافة.
إضافة, that's it, yeah, sorry.
Right? So we have كانت السمكة الأولى ذكية. Right?
Less intelligent.
والثانية أقل ذكاء. Right?
No.
وثالثة غبية. ثالثة غبية. والثالثة غبية, meaning?
And the third was stupid.
Right. غبي means stupid. غبية is the female version of stupid. Right? So what happened next? في أحد الأيام مر سيدان ورايا سمكات. في أحد الأيام مر سمكات. في أحد. What's wrong with this? في أحد دل. في أحد دل أيامي مرة means
we done it before.
Yes. مررت مررنا مرة he passed. Who passed? سيداني. What does سياد mean? سياد means a hunter. سيداني means
two hunters.
Two hunters. ورآيا meaning
and saw.
And they too saw. Samaka. Two ta or T?
Two.
T. Right? Why? Because في أحد الأيام, that's a حرف جر, and then we have an إضافة. So of أحد الأيام is a مضاف إليه. مرة is a فعل ماضي. سيدان is the فاعل, and it's مرفوع, and the علامة رفعه is الألف. ورآيا
is another
that's a فعل ماض يا محمد. You know رأى means he saw. When we have a dual,
you just add the alif and the noon, but
no, we don't add the alif and the noon for the dual. For the madi, we just add the alif. Remember, he wrote his kataba. They wrote, dual is, you just add the alif. Kataba. Right? The alif is the indicator of it being al-muthanna, the dual. So, ra'aya, they saw as-samakati. Why samakati? Because as-samakati is jam'ul mu'annithi as-salimi, and it is the maf'ulun bihi. So because it's a maf'ulun bihi and the word itself is the female sound plural, it only can take two harakat, either a dhamma, which indicates a marfu'un state, or a kasra that indicates a majrurun state.
Okay, so
right, we've done this. So we say that the kasra here, yanubu, it deputizes for the
منصوب.
fatha. Right? مر سيدان ورعايا السمكات فقال واحد منهم لصاحبه فقال واحد منهما لصاحبه.
So the hunter saw the fish.
Yes. The two hunters. فقال. Does فقال mean?
Then he said, or
Then he said. Right? How do you say I said?
قلت.
قلت. You said single male.
قلت.
قلت. You said single female.
قلتي.
We said.
قلنا.
Right. فقال واحد دون. Why واحد?
There's nothing to change it, and it's the
It's a فاعل. لي منهما. منهما. What does منهما mean?
min
من.
is from.
From. هما.
From him, from them,
Dual.
from them too.
From them too. Remember the alif here is the indicator of al-muthanna. If it was just minhum without the alif, it would be from them, plural male. But we have the alif to indicate that it is al-muthanna. فقال واحد منهما لصاحبه. لصاحبه means
Companion?
li.
From
Li to
his companion.
صاحبه, his companion. Right?
So,
Remember, whenever you have قال, look for the li to indicate the one who's being spoken to. Right? Okay?
so that means
فقال واحد منهما
Then
لصاحبه,
one said
to his companion.
companion.
يجب أن نحضر شباكنا ونرجع إلى هنا غدا.
From them to his
Right. So, what did it say? يجب أن نحضر شباكنا ونرجع إلى هنا غدا. Right. يجب. يجب is from the verb or is.
Jabba.
وجب. What does وجب mean? واجب.
Wajibun.
Obligatory. Right? So يجب is al-mudari'u. It's the present tense. And يجب here is used to convey the meaning of must. Right?
Said he must.
Not, but here it doesn't. It's not referring to he must. How do we know that? Because what comes next? نحضر. نحضر. نحضر means we bring. It's from the verb أحضر. أحضر. Right? أحضر means he brought. It's al-madi. So نحضر means
we
bring. Right? نحضر شباكنا. شباكنا.
no.
Shibakun is the plural of shabakatun, which means a net. Right? A net. So that's plural shibakana, our nets. Right? So to this point, the meaning is, must we bring our nets? Meaning, we must, we bring, must, meaning we must bring shibakana, our nets. Right? So can you see the role of yajibu? Whenever you have a yajibu, right, or rather not whenever, but usually, when we have yajibu, it literally just means must. And then look for what comes afterwards to indicate what must be done. Here, what must be done is nuhdira, we bring shibakana, our nets. Right? Ya Muhammad.
No.
وَنَرْجِعَ. Now why is this وَنَرْجِعَ? Why is it not نَرْجِعُ? Right? Here we say يَجِبُ أَن نُحْضِرَ. Why do we make نُحْضِرَ mansubun? Because أن renders نُحْضِرُ نُحْضِرَ. Right? But why does narji'u become narji'a? Remember the waw. What is al-waw huna ya Muhammadu?
It's connecting it back.
Right.
Nahdiru.
Right. But it's not connecting an individual word now, is it?
Connecting two verbs.
It's connecting a sentence back to another one. So this sentence, يجب أن نحضر شباكنا. Right? Here, يجب أن نحضر. This is a mansubun, isn't it? نحضر. Why is it mansubun? Because of أن. So, the waw, which is a waw al-ataf huna, here we have the ma'tufun, right? And this is a ma'tufun alayhi.
Oh, alayhi.
Right? So because remember the role of the ma'tuf and the ma'tufun alayhi, it's so they agree in what? They follow in what? Two matters. The hukamun and the i'rabun. So because the i'rabun here is mansubun, therefore narji'a has to be mansubun too. Narji'a ila huna. What does ila huna mean?
To there.
Sorry? Ila huna.
Over there.
Ila huna, to here.
To here.
Okay. Ila huna ghadan. Tomorrow. Li saydi tilka as-samakat. Right. Li means two. Sayd. What does saydun mean? Sada is a verb. We've already encountered the ismu fa'ilin of sada with sayyadun. Right? So Sada means he hunted. Sayyadun means
Where's the yard?
a hunter. Well, we have Sayyadani here, don't we? Two hunters. So Sada means he hunted. Sayyadun means
A hunter.
a hunter. So what does Sayyidun mean? Sayyidun. It's the al-masdaru. It's the verbal noun.
Hunting.
Hunting. Right? So he said, وَنَرْجِعَ إِلَى هُنَا غَدًا لِلصَّيْدِ, in order to hunt what? Tilka.
That.
Tilka. Saidi tilka.
Or those, shouldn't it be those fishes instead of that fish? Fishes.
Lisaidi tilka. No, because remember, when you have, in general this is, when you have a non-human plural, it is treated as singular female. So the Saidi, in order to hunt, tilka as-samakat. Right? So lisaydi tilka.
Can you change the tilka to that, those fishes here? Or do you have to say that fish is?
Tilka here means these.
These fishes.
It doesn't. Here, it's understood to mean these, not literally this, but these. Now, the point to note. So here now, the point to note is that we have li, in order to. Saidi, hunt. Tilka, as-samaka. Ti. Lisaidi, tilka as-samakati. Right? There's a rule here, but we're not going to discuss it at the moment. But just accept it is لِلصَّيْدِ تِلْكَ السَّمَكَاتِ. Right. So yeah, Muhammad, read it from the beginning.
عاشت ثلاث سمكات في
غدير
غدير صغير وكان بالقرب من الغدير نهر فيه ماء كثير.
Right, translate it from عاشت to ماء كثير.
There lived 3 fishes in a pond, in a small pond, and there was close by from the pond a river, in it lots of water.
Good. And then
كانت
السمكة الأولى
كانت السمكة الأولى
ذكية والثانية أقل
ذكاء
والثالثة
غبية.
Habiyatun. What does this mean?
One fish, or the first fish, was clever, and the second less clever, and the third stupid.
Right. في أحد الأيام
في أحد الأيام مر
صيدان
صيدان ورعايا سمكات، فقال واحد منهما
لصاحبه
يجب أن نحضر شباكنا ونرجع إلى هنا غدا لصيد تلك السمكات.
Right.
So in one day, two hunters passed, and them two saw the fishes. Then one said,
one of them
said to his companion, we must bring our nets and what's
narji'a, return. We return.
Return to here tomorrow to hunt, or for hunting these fishes.
Good, ya Muhammad. Right. So just do the next sentence. Sami'at. What does sami'at mean?
Hearing, or
heard. Sami'at as-samakatu ath-thalath.
So she heard, they heard, the fishes heard.
ثلاثة. سمعت السمكات الثلاثة كلام الصيادين وتشاورنا فيما يمكنهن أمله. Right. سمعت.
So
سمعتي.
the fishes heard.
Right. السمكات الثلاث.
The three fishes heard.
Right, which we've already done. Then we have kalam, sayyadan.
The speech.
So what do we say? What do we put on the meme? Kala.
Ma.
Right. Kalama, sayyada. Ni. Why is it kalama, sayyadani?
It's meant to be dafa.
Right, because that's the maf'ulun bihi, isn't it? Kalam. That's going to be mansubun. And this is mudafun ilayhi. Kalama sayyadani. Wa tashawarna. Right, this is a verb. Fi'lun madin. And Tashawara. Tashawara.
It's female.
No. Tashawara is the verb. Tashawara. It means they consulted one another. But we have tashawarna. Tashawarna means they, plural, female consulted one another. If it was they, plural, male consulted one another, it would be tashawaru. If it was we consulted one another, it would be
nashwaru.
Tashawarna. Tashawarna. Remember the difference between they, female, plural, and us is the alif on the end. Right? So to make it, to conjugate it for us, plural, it becomes tashawarna. Right? Tashawarna. Here, this is a short vowel. Tashawarna. And therefore it is they, female, plural. Right? Tashawarna fima yumkinuhunna amaluhu. Fima means in what? Yumkinahunna amalahu. Right. This confuses people.
Amal is action.
First of all, what does yumkina mean? Yumkinahunna. It's from the verb amkana. What does amkana mean? Amkana means he or it was possible. Amkana. So yumkinahunna, right, means
it's plural female, isn't it?
But what does yumkinu first of all mean? Yumkina.
What action is possible?
Yeah, that's what it means. You're right. Yumkinahunna amaluhu means, that's a dhamma actually, not a fatha. Why is that a,
it's a fa'ilun, that's why.
because it's a fa'il. Right. So yumkinuhunna means
What action is possible? Or
for them.
for them, yeah.
What is possible for them? Amaluhu, its action. That confuses people, right? Because it doesn't seem to make sense. But if you understand that amaluhu, amalun here, amalun is the fa'ilun. Yumkina means it's possible. Hunna meaning for them, its action. So, tashawarna, what does it mean? Sami'at, from sami'at. Sami'at.
سميت السمكات الثلاث على
كلام سيداني
صيدان وتشاورنا فيها فيما
يمكنهن
عمله.
Right?
It means the three fishes heard the speech or a speech. It's the
speech of the hunters,
Yes.
or words,
words of the hunters, and
they consulted
They consulted from them or
فيما
with them
In it.
In it.
Or in what?
In it. Possible.
Its actions possible for them.
Possible for them.
Right? Good, and mashallah, you seem to have understood that. Right, any questions?
You know, for like when you say first, second, and third, you don't have to do idafa constructs for them, do you?
No.
Okay.
No, the first.
Well, the first and the second you don't, but the third you
No.
don't have to do it for that either. So
No, because remember, that's never going to be an idafa if you say the third, is it? Because it's ma'rifatun.
Okay.
Clear?
No.
Okay, I shall conclude. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.